EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. So here's the punter, Matt Bosher, to get us started. And we are underway from Atlanta. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Yellow.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. Speaking of Damian Williams, great Super Bowl, 17 carries, over 100 yards, and a touchdown on the ground. Charles, he also had one through the air. Did you think he would have that type of a game?
I wasn't sure that we would see that type of a game, but I knew he would be a part of their offense in terms of trying to break down what San Francisco does, that he would get the bulk of carries. But did I see 104 yards on the ground and a touchdown? Probably not. Did I see him catching one as well, 133 yards of total offense? Probably not. But give him his due, because now, in his postseason career, which is 6 games, 5 of them with Kansas City, 1 with Miami, he scored 11 touchdowns.
Wow.
So on the big stage, the big lights, he produces, and he actually won the battle between undrafted free agent running backs, because his total versus Raheem Mostert, who ran for, I believe, 58 yards and a touchdown for San Francisco, advantage Kansas City, advantage Damian Williams.
On 1st down, Mahomes. It's complete to Williams. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd and inches after that 1st down completion, went just shy of the marker. Looking to throw is Mahomes.
Feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Here's the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs 1st down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other.
Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the 1st quarter.
Too many ones in this play. 1st quarter, 1st drive, 1st interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. After the interception, here's Ryan. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long. An early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
First down, at the 41-yard line.
Ready,
53 for Mike. Let's go.
Switch south.
Switch. Showing that.
Get up.
Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
We're scoreless after 1.
Mike 25!
54. Mike 54. All day, dog.
51, Sam!
Jim.
Let it go!
Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. Looking end zone for Jones. And it'll be intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing a ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Now Mahomes. And that is incomplete. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to knock that one free.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. So that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Out there for their next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They go play action now. Ryan. He'll have it 1st down past the 40. He completes it to Julio Jones. And all the way up to the 46. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
Check. 53's mine. Check. 53's mine. We don't want this.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And the catch is made by Justin Hardy. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The end result, 21 yards. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory, down at the 33. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Tackle made there by Frank Clark.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
You got it. You got it. You got it.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, partner, let's put a bow on the Super Bowl for Kansas City. What a comeback win. Yet another come-from-behind victory for Patrick Mahomes and company. An absolute heartbreak for San Francisco.
Didn't Madden predict Kansas City would win the game?
Yes, 35-31, I believe they predicted.
I felt like most of the predictions I saw had the game in the 30s, so a little bit lower scoring than we expected, but a lot of fireworks down the stretch, all by Kansas City. But how about San Francisco? Had the lead in the ball, under 12 minutes to go, and held Kansas City to 10 points through 3 quarters. And somehow they're winging their way back to San Francisco, trying to understand how they lost that game.
Yeah, not only did Kansas City win it, but they end up winning it by 11 points. They didn't see that coming at all. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. 9 catches, 105 yards for Tyreek Hill in the Super Bowl, and he likely had the biggest play of the game, wouldn't you say?
I would say so. 44-yard catch on 3rd and 15. Usually you're trying to just find enough space to get over the sticks, right? Get a 16, 18-yard gain, which is difficult in and of itself. But 44 yards on 3rd and 15. San Francisco had contained him so well throughout the game because you know what it's like with Tyreek Hill. When he catches the ball, you better surround him or he'll break a big one. Finally does it at the key point, and that starts the comeback for Kansas City. paved the way for the first of 3 KC touchdowns in the fourth quarter.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Mahomes again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time, but now it'll be 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range, so now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. That is caught by Williams for a Kansas City touchdown. Damian Williams, as the first half is winding down, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
Play action, Ryan. Looking deep for Julio. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Brings up 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Final play of the half. It's Ryan. Looking downfield for Jones. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Ready. 280.
Check 53.
51. Sound.
Watch QB's up. He's coming. Double up, double up.
280. Sound up.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 8 yards, first down as they're able to convert.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's first and 10. Here's Ryan. Looking deep for Julio. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain there on the completion, second and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's second and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play. Mahomes now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's first and 10. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams down to the 30 after a gain of 3. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
From the 30 on second down, Mahomes. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. With that incompletion, a chance to mention the awards now with the season over. Lamar Jackson, as we speculated, he's the MVP, Coach of the Year. John Harbaugh, Lamar's coach. Michael Thomas, Stephon Gilmore, Offensive and Defensive Players of the Year. Offensive and Defensive Rookies of the Year. That went to Kyler Murray and Nick Bosa. And the Comeback Player of the Year, Charles, Ryan Tannehill. No surprise there.
Not to mention the #1 award that the NFL gives out, the one that they give the most, the credence isn't the right word, the most attention to, and the one that they want trumpeted the most. That's the Walter Payton Man of the Year, because that represents the totality of a player in the NFL, not just what they do on the field, but off the field as well. And that goes to Calais Campbell, the defensive tackle for the Jacksonville Jaguars. What a great award. Congratulations, Calais.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the shotgun, Ryan. And he completes this to Russell Gage. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
Check 15, check 50. Check 26, check 26. Check 4.
And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. Ryan. This one complete to Devontae Freeman. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Atlanta. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the fourth. The Falcons on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's third and 1. If Freeman was trying to work his way forward, but I don't think he got there. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a fourth down.
It's fourth down.
Baby, get him, boys. Get him, boys.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. The Falcons will go for it. It's Ryan. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Past the 20. Caught. Kelsey, left side. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. He got 29 yards that time. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
54, stop! Check, 50, ready to go!
On first down, Ryan. Jones has it. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Ryan now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
It's a gain of 8.
General West.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
He's
At the 40-yard line.
He's checking crap.
51, stop!
Switch gears, switch gears.
Ryan going to give to Freeman on the draw. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Now Ryan. He completes it to Jones. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Ryan's pass taken in by Ridley. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's Ryan. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he'll go down at the 28. That one a first down pickup of 8. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Well, these corners, I tell you, they've done excellent work all game long.
They remind me of guys in the past who just said, hey, throw it out here 100 times. Nothing good is going to happen. And if you throw it in the wrong place, I'll take it the other way.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
stop.
Hey, take this. Hey, express. Ready, stop.
Ryan to throw.
Let's go. Let's get the field defense.
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. Well, you can see what they were trying to do, just send those guys out there to make a play, but that is a costly interception.
Yeah, that's kind of like the backyard. Everybody go deep, and let's see if we can find someone. 4 verticals in the route. Any other time of the game, I love the call. But here, you're not going to hold safeties, you're not going to hold corners with any looks because they know what the situation is, ends up throwing the interception.
Brings up second and 12 at the 10-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. Again, it's Williams. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Mahomes to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked out by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. Kelsey, the intended receiver there.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Ready, get ready. Get ready.
54 Mike. Yep.
After the interception, here's Ryan. And it's caught. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on first and goal. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Nice job by Juan Thornhill there to get a hand in and break up the play. They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal.
Hey, take this.
He'll look to throw. And his ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we may very well be headed to overtime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree.
And this is going to be it. And the return will cost him about a dozen yards or so, but his guys do indeed get the football back.
Intercepted. The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 48-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They can still get into field goal range, partner. They got to work quickly, though.
I agree with you totally. Find a way to get the ball downfield and out of bounds. In a perfect world, they know what hash they want to get to for their kicker, and they already know the distance that he feels comfortable. That'll dictate what they do on offense.
See if they can get in his range.
First and 10 at the
And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. The clock showing just one tick. This for the win. And his kick is good. And the Falcons are going to win the game. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end.